Hello Tiger fans and welcome to Tiger TV.
This is Mike White with head football coach Justin Cruz of the Ripley High School Tiger football team. Coach, thanks for being with us and congratulations on making it to the playoffs again and making it to the second round.
It is great to be here again for another week.
Well, Coach, a lot of success, for the Ripley football team, especially being to the playoffs 5 years in a row and making it to the second round every time. And, of course, a lot of excitement around the community and around town about the Ripley football team. And I think it's manifested itself to the team and the coaches as far as the last 2 weeks, this week and last week. Just members of the community, businesses and individuals have stepped up and just made donations to help feed the team, football team, cheerleaders, and all the coaches. And I think that's just a testament to people like a really good football team, and they're behind the Tigers, and they like what's going on with the program, and obviously we're successful at it.
Yeah, it's like I was telling the kids, we trying to tell them to be excited the other day, and realize what they got opportunity-wise in front of them. And most of them didn't realize that there's only 16 teams left, including ourselves, and that 16 and 3A in the state in our classification. You win, you're down to the final 8. And those kind of put in perspective for those kids, like, how good they're doing right now. That, a lot of people didn't expect you to be here, especially so young. But, that's expectation for us now. We just feel like, there's no bad teams left in the second round. We want to be one of those teams and see what we can do with everyone else. And so we've been fortunate enough in the last 5 years to do that every year. And more importantly, like I told you the other day, that I'm excited when the community gets excited about football. That was my whole goal when I got here, was get Ripley back to traditional community support and all that, because I remember Ripley when I was a kid and how exciting it was to be around their program, and it was a good program, and that's what drew me here initially. So I'm excited when people come up and start trying to get involved, because it reminds me of the old days, and I'm kind of an old soul, I guess you'd say. So I'm very excited to be able to do that for the community, and I'm glad that the kids get to experience something like this.
Yeah, and it's just been an outpouring of people that just like I said, individuals, businesses, a lot of different folks just want to help. Most of them don't necessarily want any any recognition at all. They just want to help the team, and I'm proud that we've got individuals and businesses like that here. in Ripley.
And I mean, and I don't want to cut you off, but I'd like to say thank you to all those people. Like I said, I know the kids don't get to do it on here, but I'll say it for them. They enjoy it, and it goes a long way for our guys to have a good meal. And we're so thankful that they provide that, and our kids don't have to worry about that.
Well, that, you know, I think people in Ripley are hungry for a good football team, and you know, we were down for several years, and now we've been on the up in the incline, you know, for the last 5 or 6 years, and so here we are now, making it to the playoffs 5th time in a row. And but kind of going back and looking a little bit at Sheffield game last week, as we talked earlier, it was kind of like a tale of two halves, and you know, 2 of their touchdowns that they got were just immaculate catches that, you know, it was just a great ball was thrown perfect, and the catch was made, you know, on the fingertips and almost one-handed, at least one of them. And you know, it's just hard to defend against teams that do make plays like that, because they probably don't make those plays there very often, and they make 2 of them in the same game. You know, you know, they just had some things working for them in the first half. And then we came out in the second half and we turned things around. You know, as they got the ball to start the second half, we forced them into a punt and then ran that back, and then was able to, on our first offensive play, able to score again. So, you know, just in a matter of just a few minutes, we turned the complexion of the ball game around. And I know I've heard a lot of coaches say through the years, the first 2 or 3 minutes of the second half kind of sets the tone for the second half, and boy, did we set a tone.
Yeah, you know, like you said, offensively, I thought they were very athletic across the board. Obviously, the catalyst is that quarterback, as we talked about last week. Man, he could go. He's one of the fastest kids we've seen all year, and he threw the ball better at times than I anticipated him doing. And on those throws, like you were talking about, I don't know, had we been in the perfect position if we'd have made a play, because, like I said, a one-handed catch and another fingertip catch. I mean, it was just phenomenal. And so, you know, that stunk in that, but we got to do a better job of actually executing our drives early on and finish them off. We moved the ball well early on the ground. We just didn't finish the drive, and we just got to do a much better job at that. And, you know, I told our kids that at halftime. I was like, you know, when you get a chance to actually put one across the end zone, you know, you got to make it count. And, you know, more importantly, we said at halftime was it's a 4-quarter game, that it was only 15-0. We've been down bigger than this before in the past and come back and won, that it was no different now. And, you know, if they wanted to go out and win this thing, that they need to start from the opening kickoff and move on. And I thought the kids ran down and did a good job, you know. We go down there and stop them on the initial drive and take the punt to the house. And then on the ensuing special teams drive, we kick it off, and just like we practiced all week, thinking that they weren't going to field it well in the location we did. They didn't. We get the ball back and score on the first offensive play. And when you do that, momentum completely changes addresses. And our kids just rode with it. And then the run game got going. You rush for over 400 yards as a team. You know, you're going to win most games doing that. So I was proud of our guys, and I'm hoping it builds some confidence with some of our kids moving forward.
Well, you know, I like the adjustment. Their kicker, I don't know that it was on purpose, but he was kicking the ball real high but not real long, and you know, obviously that gives their coverage guys time to get down there. And then I noticed that we put a lot of skill guys up front, a lot of hands guys in front, and you know, we kind of took that part of the kick game away from them as far as not handling the ball cleanly on the kickoff.
Yeah, they made me nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I got on Coach Gardner at one point since he controls the special team. I said, "Bud, you better fix it." I said, "I'm gonna drop kick you," and he's like laughing. I was like, "No, seriously though, I was like, make some adjustments, you know." And he's like, "I got it." And I was like, "I figured you do." I said, "But I had to feel better about myself telling you that." So, but no, he did a good job of subbing right there and make some adjustments to put a stop to that, because it's a couple times they almost probably should have got it, but you know, somebody smiled on us and the ball bounced our way. So, but I thought he did a good job making some adjustments there to stop that.
Absolutely. Well, we played Dyersburg again, and of course we just been 2 weeks since we played them before, and you know, when we obviously didn't play our best ball in that game. I've told a lot of people, I said, I don't really think Dyersburg beat us. I think we beat ourselves in that game, because you know, I don't know how many times we turned the ball over. We turned the ball over, and then we got a lot of costly penalties at very inopportune times, and it just kind of snowballed, and you know, and it ended up the way that it did. So, and I know this is going to be a different game. You know, first of all, the kids have got some confidence coming off of last week's win for a team that's probably better than Dyersburg, And so, what are your outlook as far as going into this game? Anything different, or what we will be doing differently this week than we did 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, we made some adjustments defensively, scheme and personnel-wise, to try to match up better with what Dyersburg does and did to us. I told the kids that before there's probably some things that we could have done as coaches to put you in a better spot. We kind of thought some different things would work out a different way, and it didn't. But we would be, remiss if we didn't go in and try something different, because that's what chaos is, doing the same thing, expect different results. But we had some stuff that we'd done in the past, and some things that we found that we had in our pocket, and we was like, hey, we're going to try it this week and see what happens. I think we got a much better game plan for them coming in. Offensively, it just comes down to marking blockers. You got to block, and you got to run the ball better. We can't have to sit back and throw it as many times as we did, because we're not consistent enough to sit back and throw the ball the entire game. We can throw enough to make you honest, but I don't think we're at a point where we can rely on the pass heavily yet. But it's got to be a run game. It's got to get going. Special teams did an amazing job last time we played them. Gave us the ball twice inside the 10 on kick returns, and we didn't do anything with it. And we missed 2 field goals. So special teams got to be better than last time we played them, as far as in most regards. Kick return, continue to do what you was doing. But yeah, I think, like I said, I think everything that we could have done wrong outside those 2 kick returns went wrong for us, and they didn't do anything wrong. It was like the best game they played all year, the cleanest game. So yeah, we've been hungry. The kids are hungry. We're ready to get back to that game, prove that we're better than what we showed last time.
And I know that it's going to be a great game, great atmosphere. Second round of the playoffs, like you had mentioned before, there's only 16 teams left, so we're in the top 16 in the state. And, now it's just a matter of getting past this game and being one of the top 8.
Yes, sir. That's the plan.
Well, Coach, again, congratulations on your season, on making it through the first round of the playoffs and going to Dyersburg for the second round of the playoffs. And I want to wish you the very best of luck and invite everybody to come out and support the Ripley High School Tigers. And, Coach, we appreciate it, and we'll see you on the sideline.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Good evening, Tiger fans, and welcome to Tiger TV and WTRB's live broadcast of Ripley High School football. This is the second round of the TSSAA playoffs, and tonight the Ripley Tigers are in Dyersburg taking on the Trojans after defeating Sheffield last week. And this is Mike White along with Stephen Bevo Dotson here to bring you all the live action tonight. And to start off with, we want to acknowledge all of our veterans and appreciate all their service, everything they've done for us. And we appreciate them. We've got to mention some of them in particular. My wife, Kim White, one of my sons, Justin Hendricks, his wife, Casey Hendricks, my brother, Greg White, my brother, Steve White, and Stephen Dotson. And also, I always got to remember to mention Ray Kelly, great patriot, and we lost him a few years ago, but still always in our thoughts. And at any rate, we are just about ready for the captains' meetings tonight. The captains for Ripley are going to be number 8, Josh Hearn, number 7, Austin Thompson, number 20. I think I'm going to double check that number. Looks like 20. Yeah, if it is, that's Kobe Mainers. And number 5, that's going to be Taylor Carney. So the captains are getting close to time for the captains meeting in the middle of the field. Ripley is lined up in the south end zone, ready to come onto the field. Dyersburg lined up at the north end zone, ready to come through their tunnel, and we are just a few minutes away from kickoff. Stephen, this is a big matchup. Of course, the winner of this game, this is the second round. Both teams won the first round last week, and the winner tonight will face the winner of the Covington-Millington game next Friday night.
Covington looks like they're going to be the team to beat this year.
Well, yeah, and they usually are. We hope we get an opportunity to get a second chance at them like we have Dyersburg, and hopefully we'll make the most of it tonight. Told a lot of people that Ripley pretty much beat themselves last week. It wasn't 2 weeks ago. Wasn't necessarily that Dyersburg beat us. We beat ourselves. So if we just play our brand of football and don't make mistakes and turnovers, I think we've got a real good shot at winning this game.
And if we can get the running game going as well, that would help us out a lot too.
Yeah, and mentioning the running game, Ripley we had 2 running backs that rushed for right at 200 yards last Friday night. So if we get that kind of ground game going, we'll be well on our way to a win. So we are having the captain's meetings at the moment. There's the toss. Getting ready for the toss. There it goes. Ripley won the toss. They are going to defer to the second half, so they'll be kicking off. So for Ripley to start on defense, at defensive end, number 59, Morgan Simpson. He's a junior. The other defensive end is Logan Simpson. He's also a junior. Defensive tackle, number 41, Omarion Pitts, a junior. Defensive tackle, number 75, Raymond Brown, a senior. Outside linebacker, number 7, Austin Thompson, a sophomore. Also outside linebacker, number 2, Sammy Smith, a sophomore. Middle linebacker, number 32, Mason Deloach, he's a sophomore. Middle linebacker, all-state linebacker, number 5, Taylor Carney. Corner, number 1, Marjay Barbie, a sophomore. Corner is number 20, Kobe Mainers. And the free safety is number 11, J.Q. Hurdle, and he's a sophomore. As you can tell, Ripley is heavy on sophomores this year. And, we made it to the second round of the playoffs for the 5th year in a row. And we should only get better from here with this many sophomores starting this year.
And more experience they get, the better they're going to be.
So they've gotten a lot of experience this year, and we are about ready as Dyersburg comes out onto the field. They come to their respective side of the field, and Ripley is carrying American flags in honor of Veterans Day as they come out onto the field just momentarily. They run through their banner and head to their side of the field. You hear the Boss House motorcycle around here somewhere. They always have at their home games. Also want to take an opportunity to thank our cheerleaders. The cheerleaders this year, the 2 captains are Kaylin Green and Lee Hutchins. The other cheerleaders are Kaylee McNeil, Selena Conrad, Meg Coker, Kaylee Etheridge, Marley Heath, Reese White, Aisha Body, Rhett White, Laney Woodard, Linda Burham, Cheyenne Fitchew, Julia Manley, and Kaylee Pittman. The coaches are Ginger Hearn and Bailey Ring. So thank you for all that they do. Also, the football coaches for Ripley are the head coach is Justin Cruz, then Blake Stegall, Aaron Lowry, Jordan Garner, Tim Grapes, Apollo Mukes, Austin Tate, Randy Daly, and DeMarcus Seabury. So we are just about ready. Hendricks will be kicking off from the 40-yard line near hash mark. 2 back deep for Dyersburg. Number 24 and number 8, it looks like. Of course, Dyersburg and Covington and Millington playing tonight. We're just about ready. It's kickoff time in Tigertown. It's a low kick, bouncing kick, as it's taken and fallen on at about the 32 or 3-yard line. And that's where Dyersburg will have it, 1st and 10, to go to work for the first offensive series of the game. The Ripley defense out on the field as we are waiting on Dyersburg's defense to come out, or offense to come out. The Tigers were fed again this week by members of the community, and we want to thank those, and we'll have a list of those the first opportunity we get. But the team, coaches, football team, cheerleaders, and all the coaches were fed at Olympic Steakhouse, and Olympic gave us a really good deal. And we appreciate them helping out. Dyersburg will come to the line. They'll have wide to the right, wing to the left. They hand the ball to the running back. Going off the right's tackle. He's in the 2nd level. The 3rd level now. He has got right at the 1st down mark. And I didn't see a flag, or did I? Don't think so. So they'll get a 1st down on their first offensive play. We'll pick up 11 going off the right side. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Their own 45 for the Dyersburg Trojans as we are just underway here in this TSSAA Round 2 matchup of 7-3A. Dyersburg to the line, wing left. Wingman in motion. It's a toss sweep coming to him, trying to get outside. Good play made by number 7, Austin Thompson, right at the line of scrimmage. It may have actually lost a yard. We'll call it 2nd and 10.
7 broke a good block there.
Yeah, he took that head on and made a good open field tackle to keep it from getting the edge, and they do lose a yard, so it'll be 2nd and 11. 1:22 on the clock. First quarter, no score. Dyersburg will send one wide to the left, wing to the right. Wingman in motion. It's a handoff going off to the left side, left side, and they catch him back behind the line of scrimmage again for another loss. Great defensive stand so far early here for the Ripley Tigers. They're going to spot it back about another yard, so it's going to be 3rd and 12 for the Dyersburg Trojans. Great offensive stand or defensive stand so far for Ripley.
There was 3 defensive linemen broke through that. Got instant penetration.
Wide right, wing right. Man in motion, they hand it to the fullback, and he's got some room. He gets into the second level. A good open field tackle made short of the first down by number 11, that's Hurdle. And he's going to be stopped right across the 50 at the 48-yard line, where it'll bring up 4th down and 3. Dyersburg keeps their offense on the field, so they are looking to go for it. This would be a great stop for Ripley to get early.
That was a good open field tackle. He had a lot of space after that one defender.
A lot of green grass. 4th and 3. Dyersburg makes a substitution. Play clock hadn't started yet. I'm not sure if it's working now. It's started. It seemed like it was a long time in starting. 10 minutes to go. First quarter, no score. Dyersburg going for it. 4th down and 3. Wide left, wing right. Trying to pull the Tigers off. And it didn't work, so they'll take a timeout and decide if they're going to punt or go for it. Great job by the Ripley Tigers. We'll try to keep you up to date on some scores around West Tennessee as they become available. Obviously, it's very early, so I'm sure there are no scores reported yet. So some of the individuals and businesses from around Ripley thought I was going to have time to call some of those out before this next play, but maybe not. We will definitely get to those just as quickly as we can, because the football team really appreciated the community support getting behind them and feeding them the last 2 weeks. Okay, they are in punt formation now. Back deep for Ripley is going to be number 22, Terrence Hunter, and I'm not sure who the other one is. I think that's 11, Hurdle. And he gets a high, long punt off, and that's actually, yeah, it's number 1. The referee stopped the ball from going into the end zone, but I guess it's going to, no, they're going to say it's down where it hit him, or maybe it went out of bounds before that. They're going to say he's at the 6-yard line. Not sure. I look forward to seeing that on replay.
Yeah, it looked like it went out of bounds before it hit the ground.
So that's where they will mark it. So Ripley will be back deep in their own end of the field to start their first offensive drive with 9:47 on the clock. It'll be 1st and 10 Ripley from their own 7-yard line. Smith in under center at quarterback. Split backfield. Showing blitz. They hand the ball, and the running back, Omarion, is hit in the backfield, but just somebody came through completely untouched and got him right back almost at the goal line. There's forward progress. They're going to say he's going to stay at about the 4, but he actually was tackled and went down around the 1-yard line. So we lose about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 13 for Ripley. We definitely got to find a way to block whoever that was that came through. It may have been a blitz, but we've got to pick them up. All right, it'll be wide left, wing right for Ripley. Quarterback Smith under center. Hand the ball off to Marjay Barbie, going off the right side, twist and turn, and gets back out to the 10 And that's still behind the stick, so it's going to bring up third and about 11 or 12 for Ripley.
Broke a couple tackles to give him a little bit of room, though.
Yeah, got us out of the shadow of, not quite out of the shadow of the goal post, but hopefully we can pick up enough here that if we have to punt, we don't have to punt from the back of our end zone. Split backfield, wide left, wing right. And they hand the ball to Marjay Barbie. Starts outside, breaks it back to the inside, comes back this way. Hit hard as he crosses the 10 and gets out to around the 12-yard line. It's going to be third or fourth down and about 10, so it's obvious punting situation for the Ripley Tigers as Hendricks will, or check that will be Hearn to come in and punt the ball away for the Tigers, number 8.
Dyersburg is definitely playing to stop the run. They are stacking the box.
Absolutely. We've got to back them out. Quarterback, some kind of quarterback draw or screen, or obviously throwing the ball. Definitely don't need a block punt here. Low snap, no rush. He gets off a low punt, but he takes a great roll and then kind of kicks sideways as it gets to the 39.5-yard line. Terrence Hunter there trying to fan the ball to make it go back another yard or so, but it stops right at about the 39-yard line. So Dyersburg will have the ball in great field position to start their second offensive drive with 7:51 on the clock, no score first quarter.
Another defensive stand right here.
We definitely need it.
Give the offensive space.
Yeah, they start out in the hole. It'll be wide right, wing left, wingman in motion for Dyersburg. And they want to throw. They're throwing out into the flat. It's complete. And we missed the first tackle, and it was pushed out of bounds at the 34-yard line. That's more than enough for a first down, so that'll move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 Dyersburg.
Number 7 there took a bad angle to get that tackle.
So 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Dyersburg will have wing right, wide right this time. Man in motion, hand the ball to the fullback, starts inside, breaks it back outside, and is pushed out of bounds after a short gain, picks up maybe 3. Looks like he's going to be spotted right at the 20-yard line, so almost a 4-yard pickup. We'll call it 2nd and 4, or 2nd and 6. We gotten a couple of turnovers in situations like this, and we could definitely use one now. Wide left, wing right for Dyersburg. Quarterback hands it off to the fullback, going right up the middle, and he's going to go in untouched with 7:28 on the clock. Dyersburg draws first blood to open the score by the score before the extra point, 6-0 as they get ready for their point after.
That was an offensive line touchdown right there.
Yeah, it was. They had a big hole. He never was touched. We didn't miss any tackles because we didn't get close enough to make a tackle. So we get ready for the point after. Snap, hold, and that's going to be offsides, I think, against Ripley.
Yeah. And 3 count.
So that will be the call. They'll move it half the distance, which will be at the 1.5 unless they decline it. And they do decline it. So they'll just be a kick over. We'll replay the down.
Why would you decline that?
Sometimes you get too close to it. It's just harder to make. They'd rather have a little, make sure it gets up high enough. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick up, and it is good. So with 7:27 to go in the first quarter, Dyersburg draws first blood by the score of 7-0. We'll take this opportunity to thank all the folks that helped feed the team the last couple of weeks. And they are Emma Simpson with Unique Properties, Norman Hendren with Hendren Construction, Dr. Joe Hunt, Steve Vickery with Tiger TV, Jody Edwards, Circuit Court Clerk, Craig Fitzhugh, Ripley Mayor, Garrison Taylor, Chief Deputy, Brian Kelly, Sheriff, Roger Mills, Food Plaza, Natalie Massengale, Landers Auto North in Covington, WTRB Radio, Maurice Gaines, County Mayor, Randy Danley with the Ripley Park and Rec, and Sean Kimball, Lauderdale County Superintendent, and Mr. McCorkle, I think he's one of the assistant principals and acting AD during football season. Also, Thompson's Mortuary, Austin Thompson, Merle Normans, Regina Hutcherson, Kreiner's Furniture, Franklin Clark, Thornton's, Dan Douglas, Ryan and Sandra Whiteside with Langford Realty, Studio Design, Melody Caldwell, Mott's Flower Shop, Bank, Tennessee, Gigi's Coffee, and ball fell off the tee, blown off of it, I guess, Farm Bureau Insurance, Andrew Reagan, Asbury Cove, Stan York Photography, Jeremy Armstrong, and Coach Bird. All right, we're going to get somebody to hold the ball now because evidently the wind's blowing it off the tee.
We need some of those kickoff returns like we did last week.
Absolutely. And here's the kick. It's going to be a long end-over-end kick, and it does go into the end zone, so it's going to be a touchback. Terrence Hunter caught it, was going to attempt a return, but he puts 1 foot back in the end zone, so the Tigers will get it at the 20, and that's where they'll start this offensive series. A little better field position than the last offensive play or series where they started around what, 5 or 10 yard line, it seems like.
I think it was a 7.
Okay.
So in high school, if they go into the end zone, they don't have a chance to run back?
Not if it goes into the end zone. They don't have an option. They changed that a few years ago. I'm not sure how long ago. It'll be 1st and 10 for Ripley. They'll send Hunter wide to the right. In the backfield is Barbie and Pitts. Smith under center. Takes a snap. And they hand it off to the big man going off the left side. A short gain, maybe picked up a couple. Gets out to the 22. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for Ripley. 7:15 on the clock. Ripley looks to the sideline to get the call. Of course, the Tigers with a big comeback win last week, and hopefully we don't have to do that this week, but if that's the case, I hope we can do it. Wide right, wing right. They hand the ball to Big Pitts going off the left side, and he's tripped up again after a short gain. He gets out to the 25. It's going to make it 3rd and 5 for Ripley.
We're going to have to try some wide receiver screens or something.
Yeah, we've got to make them respect. As you mentioned, they're stacking the box and lining everything up in tight inside. We've got to break one outside or go over the top or screen or draw something to release. Now Ripley's going to send trips out wide to the left this time. Smith under center. And it's going to be a screen pass to number 1. And he is going to be brought down after a short pickup of about 1. So it's going to bring up 4th down and 4 for Ripley in a punting situation.
Yeah, he didn't have any blockers out front to get that screen going.
Yeah, you're right. He caught it, and he had 2 blockers in front of him, but they were able to fight off the blocks and come in and make the tackle after a short gain. To bring up 4th and 4 for Ripley. Hearn will be back to punt for the Tigers. 1 man back deep for the Trojans.
Number 2, Jamar.
Now he
Curry.
runs all the way up, so nobody back deep. Be a good time to get a great roll. Shorter punt, but it does take a decent roll. Rolls across the 50 and inside the 45 to the 44-yard line, where that will be where Dyersburg will take over 1st down and 10. The Ripley offensive starting lineup is number 63. That's Bradley Arav. He's a senior. Tackle number 54, Dallas Midkiff, a senior. Guard number 55, Logan Simpson, a junior. Guard number 57, Morgan Simpson, a junior. Center number 72, Dalton Wilson, a sophomore. H-back and tight end is Taylor Carney, number 5, a senior. Wide receiver, Terrence Hunter, a senior. Number 22, Dyersburg to the line. They hand the ball to the running back going off the left side, and number 2, Sammy Smith, gets him, but he picks up about almost 5 going off the left side. It'll bring up 2nd and 5 for the Trojans.
Number 2 bear hugged him there.
Let's see, wide receivers, number 22, Terrence Hunter. He's a senior. Running back, number 1, Marjay Barbie, a sophomore. Wide receiver, number 8, Josh Hearn, a junior. Fullback, number 41, Omarion Pitts. Quarterback, number 2, Sammy Smith. He's a sophomore. Dyersburg to the line. Here's a snap, and the quarterback wants to throw. He rolls out to his right. He dumps it off into the flat. It's complete as he crosses the 40, and he stepped out of bounds. He's still running, but he stepped out of bounds at the 38-yard line. But it'll still be enough to move the sticks. It'll be first down and 10, Dyersburg. I want to give a shout out to my mom. I know she's listening tonight, as she always does, and also Mr. Jimmy Hill. He always listens to us, and we appreciate all the loyal listeners.
I know Mimi's listening tonight because I'm here.
That's right. Wide left, wing right, split backfield. Quarterback under center, takes a snap. He hands it off to the running back, going off left to right tackle, and he breaks into the linebacker level and is knocked out of bounds at the 31 or 2-yard line. It's going to be about a 7-yard pickup.
Their offensive line is getting deep penetration.
They are. They're holding us out. So it's going to bring us about a 7-yard pickup. It'll be second down and a long 3. 4:24 in the first quarter. Dyersburg leads 7-0. They have the ball at the Tiger 31. Quarterback wants to throw. He's looking to his right, flushed out of the pocket, and he's running for his life. Number 2, Sammy Smith, trying to get him, but he gets the first down as he's chased out of bounds and falls, but not until he gets across the 30 and down to the 26-yard line to move the sticks again. It'll be first and 10, Dyersburg.
No, we got a flag.
Hopefully that'll be against Dyersburg. Now they say it's a first down, so that probably was something on Ripley, and maybe Dyersburg declined. They hadn't seen the white hat give an indication yet, and they hadn't moved the sticks yet.
It was after the play had already been made. It was late after the tackle.
Okay. Hope they didn't say we pushed him and the reason he fell out of bounds, and they're going to wave it off. No flag. It's 4:14 to go in the first. It'll move the sticks. It'll be first down and 10 for Dyersburg. They'll have it at the Ripley 26-yard line.
Ripley did good in coverage on that pass play. They had everyone locked up. That's why he couldn't throw.
Exactly. That was pretty almost a. I'd like to say it was a coverage sack, but it wasn't a sack. They got the first down, but it was a coverage forced run. Looks like Dyersburg will have wide out to the right, wing to the left. Quarterback is going to hand it to the dive man, going around the gut. He starts it and breaks it outside. And a good open field tackle made by number 32, that's Deloach, and number 1, Marjay Barbie on the tackle, but he picks up about 6, maybe 7 on that run. It'll be second down and 3 with 3:57 on the first quarter game clock. 7-0, Dyersburg over Ripley, second round of the TSSAA playoffs.
Yeah, could have made that tackle there. Would have been stopped at the line because they got him at the line.
Yeah, it just didn't wrap him up and bring him down. Clock rolls, 3:35 to go in the first. Wide left, wing right, wing man in motion. Quarterback is throwing it out to the wing man, but he overthrows him and it falls incomplete. So it'll bring up third and 3 for Dyersburg, and the clock will stop on that incomplete pass.
Yeah, I think there was some confusion there. It looked like he was trying to do a fake handoff there, and it didn't work right and threw the timing off on the play.
Yeah, I think you're right. He looked like he wanted to try to hand it or fake a handoff, and everything just wasn't meshed up like they'd like for it to be, and it threw his timing off, like I said, and he throws it over the outstretched hands of the receiver, and it falls incomplete now. As it's third and 3, Dyersburg will have one wide to the right. They'll have wing to the left. And there's going to be a timeout called. Didn't see who called it yet. And it's against a Ripley time, I think. Let's see, no indication. Yeah, timeout by Ripley. We'll take a 30-second timeout with them and step aside and be right back. 3:29 to go in the first. Dyersburg on top, 7-0. They have the ball third and 3 at the Tiger 19-yard line, coming back after a Ripley timeout. Wide left. It's just a quarterback sneak, and he gets way more than enough for a first down as they push the pile and get him down inside the 15 to around the 12-yard line, where it'll be first and 10 with 3:20 on the clock. Dyersburg threatening deep in the Tiger territory.
His lineman pushed him about 4 yards on that play.
They got a good surge up front, and then he just kind of leaned in. Everybody pushed the pile forward, and it was enough for a Trojan first down.
That used to be illegal, didn't it?
They
Right.
used to not do that. Seems like in the last few years they're able to start doing that. Wide left, wing right, wingman in motion. And they hand the ball to the running back going off left tackle. And he splits a couple of defenders and gets right to the 5-yard line.
Got our Tiger down.
Let's see, that is number 57. That's one of the Simpson boys. They're twins. He's a little gimpy on his left leg, but he gets up under his own power. And they're going to send Omarion in to give him a blow. 2:40 on the game clock. First quarter. And there was an injury timeout by the referee, but he's off the field now, so we should be ready to go as the referee blows it into play. Second down and 3. Wide left. And the ball to the running back going off the right side, and he goes. Did he get into the end zone? He does get into the end zone.
Got in untouched again.
So with 2:28 to go in the first, Dyersburg up now 13-0 over the Ripley Tigers. The Tigers have definitely got to get some offense going, if no other reason, keep the ball out of the Dyersburg Trojans' hands and keep them off offense.
Yeah, that defense is getting tired. They've been on the field the whole time.
They have, other than three plays.
6, I think.
Two series. So here we get ready for the point after. There's a snap, hold, the kick up, and it is good. So with 2:28 to go in the first, the score 14-0. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back with the kickoff. .228 to go in the first quarter. Dyersburg on top 14-0 as Ripley gets ready to receive the kickoff. Ripley in dire need of getting some offense started and getting a couple of first downs. Also want to give a big shout out to the Ripley High School football boosters. They do a fantastic job. They actually fed the team today, and they, we try to. We have churches that feed the team a lot of Fridays, but we ran out of churches before we ran out of games. So the booster club has to step up and make up the difference. So anytime you get an opportunity to help the booster club, please help them because they do a lot of good things for the Tigers. Dyersburg ready to kick off. Here's the kick. It's a long end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken at the 1. Crosses the 10, the 15, gets to the 20, and 25, and across the 25 to about the 26 or 7-yard line. I think that was Mainers on the return. I didn't catch his number. I think it was number 20. Pretty sure it was.
Yeah, it was.
That's Kobe Mainers. So Ripley back on offense with a little bit better field position this time than the last 2 times. They say the ball will be at the 28-yard line. 2:20 to go, first quarter. Ripley trails 14-0.
We need a couple first down to get the momentum going.
Absolutely. We need no Mo on our side. Two wide to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation. Quarterback Smith didn't handle it cleanly, but good eyes by Pitts as he picks it up and he gets forward and gets back to the line of scrimmage. We didn't lose the ball or any yardage on that. Well, they say we lost about a yard. That's still better than losing the ball, so it'll be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse. It bounced right back up into his hands.
Absolutely. We dodged a bullet there. It's going to be Hunter wide right, Hearn wide left. Offsides by Dyersburg. So that'll get us inside the sticks.
There we go.
So it'll make it 2nd and 6 now for Ripley with 1:50 to go in the first.
All right. You get those shorter yard lines, it opens up the playbook too.
Yeah, you're exactly right. A lot more plays for 5 or 6 yards than it is for 12 or 15. Ripley will break the huddle. They'll send wide outs to either side. That'll be Hearn to the left and Hunter to the right. Smith will be under center this time. Dyersburg with everybody in tight. They hand the ball to the fullback, and he's got the first down, and that's a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down. And as you mentioned, they've got everybody up tight. And, if we can open it up and just complete a pass or 2, we can back them out, and that can help open up the running game for Ripley. But that does give them a first down, moves the sticks for the first time. It'll be 1st and 10 for Ripley at their own 39-yard line. 1:20 to go, first quarter. Dyersburg 14, Ripley 0. Wide outs to either side. Smith under center. takes a snap, he hands it to Big O going off the right side. They're stretching it out, and he bounces off the first one and does a good job of driving forward and picking up about 4 or 5 when they hit him right about the line of scrimmage, and just extra effort on his part to get it out and pick up about 5 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 5 for Ripley.
And he fought for all 5 of those yards.
He did. He worked hard for those. Barbie and Pitts in the backfield, Smith under center. Hearn and Hunter wideouts. They're going to hand the ball to Marjay going off the right side, and he's tripped up after maybe a yard gain. He didn't have a hole there. He didn't have anywhere to go.
You need a good play action pass because those safeties are coming up as soon as
They
they
are.
snap.
I mean, there's nobody back more than 5 or 6 yards off the ball. You know, of course, if we ever get through that line, there's nobody back there to catch us. But it's hard to get through when you got 8 people right up on the line.
And their cornerback's only 5'6".
Ought to be able to get over the top of him. Of course, some of our wide receivers are not much taller than that. And I think there's going to be a timeout. And there is. There'll be a timeout. And so we'll take the timeout with them and step aside and be back right after this. We are back, and that was actually the last play of the first quarter. There wasn't a timeout. So it'll be 3rd and about 6 for Ripley. They've got the ball at their own 43-yard line. Wide out to the left and wing to the left. Quarterback hands the ball. No, he fakes the handoff, rolls out, wants to throw, and he tries to reverse field it. He loses his footing and slips and loses about 6 or 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So that'll put Ripley outside of the sticks now. They had manageable situation. Now it's going to make it a whole lot. It doesn't give you much of a chance to fake a punt or anything when you're this far back out of the stick. So definitely a punting situation for Ripley. As Hendricks, or check that, that'll be Hearn. He'll stand back about his own 20-yard line to punt the ball away. Only one man back deep for Dyersburg. Low snap, he gets it up. And he gets a decent punt off, pretty nice, real high. It hits and takes a great Ripley roll, and it rolls inside the 20, and it's going to be down at the 18-yard line. So this is actually about the worst field position Dyersburg has had. At least we kept the ball, got a first down, and kept the ball out of their hands for a few minutes and gave our defense a little breather. So hopefully they'll come out and be able to put a stop on them as the ball is actually going to be spotted. Looks like it's at, 18-yard line.
That last offensive.
18, that's right.
Yeah, 18. That last offensive play, he caught a block right before he slipped. He had a lot of open space. He wouldn't have slipped.
Yeah, he did.
Number 57 gave him a great block.
Yeah, that'd be one of the Simpson twins. Wide right. Wing left for Dyersburg, quarterback under center. Man in motion. They hand the ball to running back going off. He breaks it outside, and a good hit made there by Marjay Barbie as he stops him after a short gain. He'll pick up about 2, maybe 3. Barbie and I think 11, J.Q. Hurdle in on the tackle. And I think maybe I heard somebody say 32, so Deloach in on the tackle as well. Ball is on the 22-yard line. It's 2nd down and 7 for the Trojans, 2 wide right. They hand the ball to the running back going off the right side. He breaks into the linebacker level. He's across the 40 and the 50. He's got one man to beat, and that's Austin Thompson. Austin Thompson catches him, but not until he gets inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. So it'll be a big first down for Dyersburg as they move the sticks.
Yeah, he saved a touchdown on that one. He's the only one that could have stopped him.
Yeah, he saved the touchdown. You're exactly right. We've got some speed. We just got to get them in some space. $10:50 to go until halftime. Ripley 0, Dyersburg 14 as they break the huddle and come to the line. Wide out left, wing right. And it's a fake handoff. Quarterback rolls to his left, looking downfield, and he throws it and it's complete. And we miss a tackle. Tried to arm tackle, and he didn't get but about another yard past that. But if there hadn't been another defender back there, he could have just ran it in all the way. So we got to shore up those tackles and make sure we get them. But it wasn't enough for a first down. It's about a 9-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Yeah, the quarterback's got too much time back there.
Way too much time. We've got to be able to put some pressure on them. Again, they're throwing the ball, so it's hard to load the box up. Although we've got 5 up on the line, and the hand the ball to number 14. He breaks it outside, and he gets the edge going down the far sideline. The ball, he fumbles the ball, and I think Ripley got on it. There was also a flag on the play. Ripley gets the ball, number 20. Mainers comes up with the ball. Let's see what the flag's about.
Knocked it out of there, but I didn't see
He
anything.
did. It went up in the air, and Ripley came down with it, but it was
Holding.
So I'm guessing we'll decline that and take the ball.
Oh, yeah.
So Ripley gets the first turnover of the game with 10 minutes exactly left until halftime. Ripley trails 14-0, but they get a much-needed turnover. Now it's time for the offense to go to work.
Yep. Get a long drive here, can change the game.
Absolutely, change momentum, and we do get the ball to start the second half. Barbie split wide out to the right, 2 to the left. And the quarterback's just going to run it himself, and not much to do there. He goes off the left side for, I don't know if he got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up a yard, but there's a flag on the play as well. Hopefully that'll be against the defense.
He had nowhere to go on that one.
And I guess he picked it up. He did pick it up, and I guess he waved it off. Nothing being marked off. So it'll bring up 2nd and 9 for Ripley. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Smith takes the ball, throws it out into the flat. It's complete. Oh, and in and out of the hands of number 1, Marjay Barbie. He just didn't secure the ball after the catch. It was a well-thrown ball. He was in position to catch it. He would have probably been tackled about the time he would have caught the ball, but it would have been right at enough for a first down. But that's going to make it 3rd and 9 for Ripley.
Yeah, the defender got his hand on the ball. He knocked it out.
So Smith will come back in with the play. Again, Ripley playing with a whole lot of sophomores. You can tell from the starting lineup. It seems like almost every other player, or more than every other player, were sophomores. So Ripley's going to take a timeout. We'll take a 30-second timeout, step aside, and be back right after this. 9:21 to go in the first half. Ripley has the ball. It'll be 3rd and 9. It's at their own 22-yard line. They trail 14-0 in the second round of the TSSAA playoffs here in Dyersburg.
This is a much-needed first down right here.
Absolutely. Ripley will have 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. Smith rolls to his right, looking, throws over the middle, and it's intercepted. And he's going to be tackled by Marjay Barbie, and not sure who that was intended for because it was more black shirts around it than it was white. So it does go over. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Dyersburg. We swapped turnovers there.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was for number 8 there. I think he just underthrew it just a little bit. Because he had some space. If he could have got it to him, it would have been a good play.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Is Ripley back on defense? 9:14 to go until halftime. Dyersburg with the ball. They hand the ball to the running back going off the left side. He breaks into the second level and is pushed out of bounds after about a 7 or 8 yard pickup. Hurdle on the stop for the Tigers.
They're scared they're going to get past them. They're just waiting for them now. Instead of going after them, they're just sitting back waiting.
Yeah, we got to be aggressive. We've got to get aggressive. Dyersburg with wing left, wide right, wing man in motion. The quarterback wants to throw, looking to his right, throws it into the crossing pattern. It's complete for the first down. A great open field tackle made, but not until The ball was caught, and it's enough for a first down by number 11, J.Q. Hurdle on the tackle.
It was a good open field tackle, though.
Lewis County leads Adamsville in the first 7-0. McKenzie and Moore County are tied at 7 in the second quarter. No score on Millington Covington yet. Haywood 13, South Gibson 0 in the second. Henry County 28-0 over Portland in the second. Back to live action. Wingman in motion. Quarterback pitches it to the running back, and a short gain. May have picked up a yard or two. Gets down to the 20-yard line, where it'll bring up second down and about 8.
I had 3 Tigers there ready to wrap him up.
Peabody over Booker T 14-7 in the second. Huntington 7, Fairleigh 0 in the second. Mace over Lake County 16-0 in the second. Munford and Springfield in the second. No score. Dyersburg to the line. Wing left. Wide right. Quarterback handed to the fullback right up the gut. And a good tackle made, a shoestring tackle made by number 11, J.Q. Hurdle for the Tigers. But a nice pickup as he gets down to about the 13-yard line. Not enough for a first down, but it'll be 3rd and 2.
The Tigers need to fill those gaps.
Big time.
2 big gaps to go through there.
No, 3rd and 2, wide out to the right, wing to the left. Quarterback sneak, and I'm not sure if he got it. He had a little bit of a surge there, but not a lot. He had to get, I think, across the, right almost to the 10, and he's almost to the 10. But let's see. It looks like it's still going to be 3rd down. Nope, they say it's a first down. The yardstick on the far side, the down marker never moved. But they tell the referee tells them it's a first down. And so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Dyersburg can get a touchdown, or can get a first down without a touchdown. Wide right, wing left. And they hand the ball to the running back. He's wrapped up in the backfield. If we can bring him down, they finally do at the 10. So about a yard pickup. It'll bring up 2nd and 9.
He wanted to go to the edge there, and they stopped him when he had to cut back. Ran right into a defender.
Good job by the Tiger defense of cutting the corner off.
Yeah, that's all they're trying to do is hit that corner.
And they've been successful at it, and hopefully we've made some adjustments to take care of that. Maybe we can make them do something different, something they don't want to do. Wide out to the right, wing to the left. Man in motion. And they hand it to what did he do? Yeah, okay, he throws. Did he throw that ball? It's incomplete. Yeah, he did. It was a pass. It was incomplete. It was a big mass of people there. I couldn't tell exactly what happened, but he does throw the ball. And
Yeah, I thought he had it.
okay, well, now they're saying it was complete. One referee said it was incomplete. I guess the other one said it was complete. But it was a short gain, so it's still going to bring up 3rd and about 4 for the Dyersburg Trojans with 5:40 to go in the first half. They lead 14-0. And it's 3rd and 4 from the 5-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I lost the ball.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing that one again because it was just as they say, a mass of humanity, and I didn't even see the ball in the air.
I didn't either.
Wide left, wing right, and hand the ball to the running back, and a flag comes out or a whistle before play starts. Hopefully that'll be offsides and back them up 5 yards. Procedure, it's a delay of game. They'll still back them up 5 yards, so instead of 3rd and 4, it'll be 3rd and 9. Tigers have made a lot of mistakes tonight on especially on offense as far as blocking, and defense not getting in holes, but they haven't had a lot of penalties yet. Of course, they did have the 1 turnover, but Dyersburg had 1 as well. So we're kind of even. Hadn't been a lot of penalties in this game so far.
It's been a pretty clean game so far.
5 minutes and 10 seconds to go until halftime. Dyersburg with the lead and the ball threatening as it's 3rd and 9 from the 10-yard line. 2 wide left. High snap. No, the quarterback he snapped directly to the running back, and he's brought down. And I don't know that that's enough. Yeah, they finally. I was wondering if they were going to call a face mask on that. I didn't see him grab the face mask, but the way he was pulled back around, I thought it was probably going to be that. So that'll give them an automatic first down.
I want to say that was going to be a horse collar because he
Okay.
grabbed him from the back on the back of the jersey right there.
Okay, I didn't see personal foul, face mask.
It was face mask.
All right, so I didn't see what happened. I just saw him jerk his head around, so I thought maybe that's what it was. That'll be an automatic first down, and they'll have the ball at the 2-yard line. So first and goal for Dyersburg from the Tiger 2 with 4:30 to go in the first half. Dyersburg knocking on the door.
That was the second play in a row though that they blocked. They stopped the edge rush
Yeah,
and made them come in. So they're learning. They're fixing that issue.
Adjusting. We just got to keep adjusting. Everybody in tight for Dyersburg. And they run going off the left side, and he goes into the end zone standing up with 4:10 to go. They open up the score now 20-0 as they get ready for their point after.
They brought in the big running back for that one.
They did. He just powered off the left side into the end zone untouched for a Dyersburg Trojan touchdown as we get ready for the point after. Here's a snap, a hold, a kick, and a flag comes out. I think we were actually offsides on that one.
Tried to jump it a little too early on that one.
Yeah, that's what it is. So it looks like they're going to send the offense back in now to take the penalty and go for 2 points. I really thought that might be what they would have done the last time.
That's what I was thinking. There, usually once you get that penalty and you get a yard closer,
Yeah, I mean,
easier
you're
to go
at
for
the
2.
3, you're at the 1.5. It increases your odds. Lexington and Marshall County tied up in the second, 7-7. McKenzie over Moore County, 14-21. Covington over Millington now, 14-0. Here's the 2-point conversion, and he goes. Does he get it in? Yes, he does. Just barely, but he gets it in to make the score 22-0. I was looking, and it had somebody evidently is keeping up with the score pretty close because it had 21-0. Even though they never got 21, and all of a sudden, just as it happened, it changed to 22. So somebody's reporting this game really quickly. So we're getting ready for the Dyersburg kickoff. Ripley will still have 4 minutes to go, and hopefully they can knock that goose egg off before halftime.
And then they get the ball right after halftime. So
Yeah, it'd be nice to get one touchdown here and then get another one and
One
get
possession
back
game.
within a one-score game. Union City over Westview 7-0. Peabody over Booker T 14-6. Milan over Obion County 21-14. Haywood now 20 and South Gibson 0.
Haywood's gonna be tough to beat.
I don't know. I don't see anybody in West Tennessee beating them. They are a machine this year, and they are huge. All right, Dyersburg will be kicking off in the middle of the field. Baylor over MUS 35-10. This is their quarterfinal game.
Need some kickoff magic right here.
Yeah, we could definitely use a great return. We've got some speedsters back there. If they can just get past that initial wall and get a crease. And here's the kick. It's not a really long kick. It's going to hit the ground and take a bounce, and it's picked up on the bounce by Ripley. And that was number 8, Josh Hearn, as he picks it up and gets out to the 35.5-yard line. So again, a little bit better field position this time. Hopefully we can get a few first downs and eat up a bunch of clock and put a score on right before halftime. We've just got to get some blocks out of that offensive line. And I know they're overloading it sometimes and blitzing, but you know, I know they've been coached all week long how to pick that up, and just got to execute.
Yeah.
Wideouts to either side now for Ripley.
Play action pass would be good here.
And they're going to hand the ball to the big running back going up the middle. He's got the first down. He's across the 50, across the 40, and down to the 35-yard line. That'll move the sticks, and it'll be a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down.
That was a big boy hurdle right there.
Yeah, he broke like it was a 35, 40-yard run, I think, last week. Or no, it was longer than that. He's big he's fast for a big man. and pretty agile. I asked the coach about him doing those jumps. He said, yeah, he got tired of getting hit in the knees all the time.
Yeah, that's where they're going to go for a big man.
Wide outs to either side. They hand it this time to Barbie. He gets into the second level, and he picks up about 9 off the left side across the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. So it's probably about a 7-yard pickup. About an 8-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 2. Ripley right back up to the line. No huddle. Wide out to the right. I'd settle for it. Just pull them off sides here. Get an automatic first down. And they hand the ball to the big man going off right up the gut. He's right at the first down marker. I think he got it. He's at the 25, and that's enough to move the stick. It's a Farm Bureau insurance for Ripley Tiger first down, 3:02 on the clock as it stops momentarily while they reset the chains.
So it just stops momentarily in high school? Okay.
It should. I saw the referee wind his arm for there. There we go. Hunter split wide to the right, Hearn wide to the left. Smith under center. He's going to hand it to the big man going off the left side. He's got a little bit of room as he gets across the 20 down to the 19. It's going to be about a 6-yard pickup, bring up 2nd and 4 with 2:38 to go until halftime. Ripley trailing 22-0, but on the move.
And that little jump he does helps him.
Yeah, it does. Like I said, he's agile for a big man. Wide outs to either side for Ripley. Smith under center. Takes a snap. He hands it to Marjay going off the left side. He's got the first down, and he breaks it down to about the 10-yard line, and that'll move the sticks. It'll be a Farm Bureau insurance or Ripley Tiger first down.
Number 41 gave him a great block right there.
Ripley to the line, and
Dyersburg called timeout.
Dyersburg timeout. That'll give us an opportunity to thank a few other people. We also have Asbury Cove and Paris Salon as new sponsors for tonight. And I'm going to give a shout out to Asbury Cove, as that is it's actually where my mom is, and they were gracious enough to help feed the team. And of course, they take care of my mom there, so really appreciate what they do in supporting the program. Again, I always tell Canals and Farm Bureau, I have to give them a shout out because last week on my way to the game, a garbage can fell out of the back of a vehicle, blew out of one, and hit the front of my vehicle. So I had to go file a claim with Farm Bureau Insurance and then go to Canals to get it taken care of. And but they always take care of us, do a great job, and appreciate what they do, especially supporting the Ripley High School Tigers and feeding them as well as helping with the broadcast. 2:10 to go until halftime. Ripley has the ball, first down and goal from the 8-yard line. One wide to the right, wing to the right. Dyersburg shifts. They hand the ball to the big man going off the left side as he gets down about a 2-yard pickup down to the 6-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal for the Tigers from the 6 with 1:55 to go until halftime.
Nice long drive so they don't get the ball back.
Got to hold on and finish it off. And they toss it to the big man. He hit hard in the backfield. Somebody came through. He's going to lose back across the 10 to around the 12-yard line. I'm not sure who was supposed to block that man, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, there was 3 of them back there with him.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a jailbreak on that side.
Yeah, that close to the goal line, you just need to straight down the middle.
Yeah, you just can't lose yards when you get that close. Make it that much more difficult. 1:20 to go. Ripley has the ball back on the 12 where it's still 3rd and goal. We can do it. And hand the ball to Marjay as he breaks into the secondary, upended inside the 5 or right at the 5-yard line, where he's going to be at the 4-yard line, but it's going to be 4th and goal from the 4.
You got to go for it here. You have to.
I agree, and that's what Ripley's going to do. At least we're down under a minute and 50 seconds. If we don't put any points on the board, at least we don't leave them a lot of time either. And we've got 19 seconds left on the play clock. I don't know that I wouldn't let that go down to about 2 before I snap the ball.
Yep.
And now they reset it at 40. Somebody, Ripley called a timeout.
Yeah,
Don't blame them there.
You don't want to you don't want it to go down too far because if there's a penalty, they got to maybe have a chance for like an automatic first down. So they could have a chance for a couple more plays.
Right, yep, exactly. So it will be a timeout. We'll keep it here with just 34 seconds to go until halftime. The situation is it's 4th and goal from the 4-yard line for Ripley and trying to knock that goose egg off.
Yeah, I just feel like you got to give it to 41 here. He's got the hot hand right now.
Yeah, he's made some good runs if they can just, they'll just give him a couple of steps. He's, if he ever gets 2 or 3 steps on you, he's hard to stop. We've had too many times tonight where they've caught him in the backfield before he got to really turn up. If they just give him a little crease, I think he can pop it in for us.
Yeah, that last one, he was getting tackled barely before he got the ball.
Exactly. So both teams come back out after the timeout. 34 seconds to go in the first half. Dyersburg on top of Ripley, 22-0. Ripley has the ball, 4th and goal from the 4-yard line. Everybody in tight. Split backfield. You can hear the Dyersburg fans. They are a little rowdy tonight. And Ripley's going to hand the ball to Marjay Barbie, and he's stopped in the backfield. 27 seconds on the clock. And Ripley comes away empty-handed.
He's never had a chance on that
No,
one.
he didn't. We're just not getting the blocks. Of course, I will say, we've got a lot of sophomores up there, and they've got a lot of seniors, and it's hard for sophomores to compete against seniors. But we go down to 26 seconds, so Dyersburg will have the ball for the last 22 seconds, and they have the lead 22-0. Ripley's done some good things, but it's been kind of sporadic. They haven't really put it all together yet. And last week they were behind by 15 points, and they came back, made some great adjustments, and Dyersburg's just going to kneel on the ball and let the clock run out. But hopefully we can make some adjustments like we did last week and come out and play a lot better in the second half. But that's going to be the last play, I believe, of the first half. Yeah, it's 19 seconds on the play clock and 9 on the game clock. So that's going to be the last play here in the first half. At the end of 2 quarters of play, the score here from Dyersburg is Dyersburg 22, Ripley 0. So stay tuned, and we'll be back in about 15 to 20 minutes to bring you the second half. Stay tuned. Back here in Dyersburg, Tennessee, for their second round of the TSSAA playoffs, as the Ripley Tigers are traveling to Dyersburg to take on the Dyersburg Trojans. At halftime, Dyersburg up 22-0, and Ripley will get the ball to start the second half. I want to give a shout out. I saw today where Coach Wheeler, who was at Ripley for a couple of years and then Covington for several years, has been at Cleveland for the last, 6 or 8 years, since JR has been the coach of Covington. At any rate, I saw where he's retiring after this year, so we want to wish him congratulations and good luck in his retirement. And want to give a shout out to Jason Brewster, back at the station running the board. For those of you who may not know the connection, that is Don Paris's grandson. And I also want to give a big thank you to Stephen Dotson for helping me tonight. If that name sounds familiar, it's probably because he's your mailman. And give a shout out to his wife, Nell, as well, as she works at the post office. So you probably know one or the other if you go to the post office much. Some halftime scores. Decatur County 12, that's Riverside, over Mount Pleasant, 7. Hardin County trails Pearl Con 14-7. Smith County over Fairview 21-0. Lewis County over Adamsville 21-0. Lexington and Marshall tied at the half. McKenzie over Moore County at the half, 28-14. Covington over Millington, 14-0 in the second quarter. Haywood 20, Southside 0, South Gibson 0 at halftime. Henry County 42-0 over Portland at the half. Obion trails Milans 28-14 at the half. Peabody over Booker T. Washington 28-6. Union City over Westview at the half, 7-0. Huntington over Fairleigh, 28-0 in the third quarter. Huntington 9-2 on the season. Fairleigh was 12-0. Lake County trails Mace MASC 16-0, and that was the first quarter score. And Mumford trails Springfield 7-0. Mumford undefeated on the season, 11-0. Springfield 9-2.
And Mace is a good team.
Yeah, I've heard they were. As a matter of fact, I don't think they have. I know whenever they played Halls, I don't remember when it was. They hadn't allowed a touchdown all year at that point. I don't know if they have yet.
Their running backs are being recruited by Alabama.
Wow. All right, Ripley's kick receiving team is on the field, and we are ready for Dyersburg to kick off.
Need to build on that momentum from that last drive.
Yeah, we need something good to happen for the Tigers here. And here's the kick. It's basically hits the ground and just stops at about the 15. He takes it across the 20, the 25, reverses field, goes back the other way, breaks a couple of tackles as he gets across the 30 out to about the 33-yard line, where the Tigers will have it 1st and 10. This will be the first offensive series of the second half.
Yeah, the way they're kicking the ball, I think they read the scouting report from last week.
Yeah, I think you're right. Plus, the last time we played them, we ran it back all the way inside the 5 twice, so they're not giving us that opportunity. Just good coaching. I don't blame them.
The ball's not going more than a couple yards off the ground.
Ripley will have wideouts to either side. Smith under center. And the ball to Big O going up the middle. And he fights forward for around 3, maybe 4. Ball's going to be at the about the 37-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Tigers. Wideouts to either side. Hunter and Hearn. It's a toss sweep going to the big man. He's got the first down. He hurdles over another one and gets out to the 49-yard line. That'll move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Ripley Tigers. That's a Farm Bureau insurance for Ripley Tiger first down.
Yeah, he gets a little space. He can make some things happen.
Yeah, they just got to give him just a little bit of room, and he can run over some people. And he's just a junior. I think he had 190-something yards rushing last week, and Barbie had a little over 200. Wide to either side. You're going to hand the ball to Barbie this time. He starts outside, breaks it back to the middle, staying on his feet and twists forward for maybe a yard. He picked his way through the defense to get that, did pretty much that all on his own. So he does actually pick up 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Need to go for a running back screen right here.
Yeah, or throw it deep. We got to get them out from crowding that line so much. They have 3 people. 3 people is all they've got more than 5 yards off the ball. Here's the snap. They hand it to Big O, and he runs into a pile and still falls forward as he fights out to the 45-yard line. Gets down to the Trojan 45, where it'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
He keeps fighting for those yards like that. The defense is going to get wore out.
Hopefully that'll be the case, because he does get stronger the more he runs in the game. Wideouts to either side. Ripley looks to the sideline to get the play. 10 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Dyersburg on top, 22-0. This time they hand the ball to Big O, and he tried to get up the middle, and there was just nowhere to go. He's stymied at the line of scrimmage, so it's going to bring up 4th and 4 for Ripley. I'm looking for the punt team, but I don't see them coming on yet.
You're on their side of the field.
I hate to give them the ball 25 yards closer than what they are, but I also want a first down. So here we go. The Tigers going for it in shotgun formation. 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Everybody up tight for Dyersburg. Ripley looks to the sideline to get the call. And I think they're going to take a timeout. They are to talk this over. It'll be 4th and 4 when we come back. We'll step aside for 30 seconds and be right back. With 9:14 to go, Ripley has the ball at the 46-yard line or 45-yard line of Dyersburg, and they are sending their punt unit on. I would have liked to have seen them try to pull them off sides and then call a timeout. Hopefully we'll get a great punt because they've got nobody back deep. And got 1 man rushing. He gets a nice end over end, and it should take a good Ripley roll, and it does. It's going to go down.
No, he's at the 1 yard line. So great job by, I think that is, yeah, that's number 20 for the Tigers. That's, just drew a blank, man. Well, let's see. Yep, Kobe Mainers. Many times I've called his name, I knew it, I just drew a blank. So Dyersburg will have the ball. Yeah, I mean, it's just right outside the goal line. They're still talking about it. Don't have instant replay. And they're going to say that it is a touchback. That was close. That was close. Well, it wasn't for lack of effort. He did a good job of getting down there and trying to keep it back in the line of or in the field of play, but I guess he just had a foot or a finger or something over, and it brings it back out to the 20.
All the ball just has to just barely cross that line, and it's a touchback.
Yeah, if it touches the plane, it's a touchback, and I guess that's what it did. Don't have a good angle from here, so we'll take the referee's word for it. Ripley back on defense. Dyersburg 1 wide to the left, and hand the ball to the running back. Going off tackle, he's got a big hole, and he's going to cross the 30 and be thrown out of bounds at the 31, which that's enough for a first down. That'll move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 from 31 of Dyersburg. And first down, 8:56 to go in the third.
Just got too many holes to run through.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a big hole there. They did a great job opening up a hole, and he was able to break it out and get the first down and bring up 1st and 10 with 8:56 to go. Third quarter, Ripley trails 22-0. 1 wide to the right. Quarterback's going to hand it to his running back. He breaks into the second level and is brought down after about an 8-yard pickup. And they're going to say he's down at the 39-yard line. So it'll bring up 2nd and 2.
Yeah, they should get out of that snow huddle now and slow it down and try to kill the clock.
Yeah, they're going to try to milk clock now for a while, I would imagine. Dyersburg taking their time. Still, they got 17 seconds left on the play clock.
Yeah, we need a turnover here.
Big time. 8:20, third quarter. 1 wide to the right. And the quarterback wants to throw. He rolls out to his right. Now he's going to pull it down and run it. And he's got the first down and stays on his feet across the 50 to about the 48-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Trojans. It'll be 1st and 10 with 8:07 to go in the third.
Yeah, nobody's watching the quarterback on that one.
Yeah, that you got to account for a running quarterback because he hadn't ran it a lot because he hadn't had to.
Right.
But that's when they catch you sleeping. The ball's at the 48-yard line of the Tigers. 1st and 10. Wide out to the right. Quarterback hands it to the fullback going right up the gut. And he is stopped momentarily and then lunges forward for about 9 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and about a yard.
A lot of arm tackling on that one.
Absolutely. Simpson in on the tackle. It finally brings him down. It'll be 2nd and 1 from the Tiger 39. Wing to the left. No wideouts. It's a toss sweep coming this way. Trying to string it out. He got the edge. Going to be pushed out of bounds, but not until he's got the first down. Just shy of the 30 at the 31-yard line with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's a 1st down and 10 for the Trojans.
They got to get more aggressive. They're just sitting there waiting for the runner to get to them instead of going after the runner.
You're exactly right. We've got to. We don't have the luxury of waiting on them. They do us at this point.
Yeah, they're just going to milk the clock.
1st and 10 for the Trojans from the Tiger 31. 1 wide to the right, wing to the left. Wingman in motion. And to the running back going right up the gut. No, he faked it in his pass, and it was complete. Ripley had a defender back there, and he actually went up for the ball, and it just went right over his hands. I think that was number 11, J.Q. Hurdle. But it does go right over his hands and falls into the receiver's hands for a Trojan first down at the 18-yard line.
And he missed that by just a few inches.
Yeah, if he'd been a couple of inches taller, he probably could have knocked that down. Maybe even picked it off, but it doesn't fall that way, so it's 1st down for the Trojan with 6:36 to go, third quarter. 2 wide left. And they hand the ball to the running back going off the left side for a short gain. The Tigers do a good job that time. Number 32, Mainers, and number 7, Austin Thompson, in for the stop. And let's see where they spot it. I think he's going to lose a yard. No, they're going to give him forward progress, and
That's a lot of forward progress.
yeah, it was about. So they give him about a yard on that play. It'll be 2nd and 9. Looked to me like they had him behind the line of scrimmage, but that's where it's spotted. So it'll be 2nd and 9 at the 16-yard line for the Trojans. 5:56 to go in the third. Wide right, wing left. Quarterback hands it to the first man through, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Number 75, Brown, in on the tackle for the Tigers. So it's going to bring up 3rd and a long 3rd and a long, I guess 9 for the Tigers. They say no gain, so 3rd and 9.
And Ripley is trying to strip the ball. You can see him going for it every play.
Yeah, that's something we desperately need at this point, is a turnover. Dyersburg will send 1 wide to the right, wing to the left. Quarterback takes a snap. They hand it to his running back. Kind of go off tackle. He's hit in the backfield this time. Number 7, Austin Thompson, and number 75, Raymond Brown, in on the tackle. So it's going to bring up 4th and about 9. Notice he loses a couple of yards, so it's going to be 4th and 11 for the Trojans. And I'm sure they're going for it here. I don't see any substitutions being made.
Now they're playing aggressive.
Need a big stop here. 4:35 to go, third quarter. 4th down and 11 for the Trojans as they go for it. They put a man in motion. And he's going to throw the ball. He's wanting to throw. He's throwing, got a man over the middle. And good job. He actually dropped the ball. It hit him in his hands. We had pretty tight coverage, but he was kind of behind the receiver. But either way, it falls to the ground incomplete. So the Tigers get the ball over on downs with 4:24 to go. They'll have the ball at their own 18-yard line, trailing 22-0.
Yeah, the quarterback threw it a little bit behind him on that one. If you'd hit him in stride, we'd been in trouble.
Absolutely. So the Tigers get the ball over on downs. They'll break the huddle, send 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Smith will be in shotgun. Got 2 wide to the left, and he's going to hand the ball off to Marjay Barbie, trying to get outside. He cuts it back inside and falls forward for a couple of yard gain out to around the 20-yard line. Looks like they're going to spot him at the 19, so about a yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
It's like they need to do like spread the field out a little bit like that. At least get a few people out of the box.
Create some scenes.
You give 41 a chance.
2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Smith in the gun. Thirteen seconds on the play clock. Down to 9. Down to 4. 2. Ripley calls a timeout to avoid that delay of game. That'll give us an opportunity to thank the individuals and businesses that supported the Tigers and helped feed them this last 2 weeks. And they are Emma Simpson from Unique Properties, Norman Hendren at Hendren Construction, Dr. Joe Hunt, Steve Vickery of Tiger TV, Jody Edwards with Circuit Court Clerk, Craig Fitzhugh, Ripley Mayor, Garrison Taylor, Chief Deputy, Brian Kelly, Lauderdale County Sheriff, Roger Mills at Mills Food Plaza, Natalie Massengale at Massengill, Landers Auto North in Covington, WTRB Radio, Maurice Gaines, County Mayor, Randy Danley with the City of Ripley Park and Rec, Sean Kimball, Superintendent of Lauderdale County Schools, Mr. Corkle from Ripley High School, Coach Bird from Ripley High School, Thompson Mortuary, Austin Thompson, Merle Normans, Regina Hutcherson, and we'll get back to it as we go back to live action. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Tigers. Have 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left, and the quarterback keeps it himself and gets out to about the 25-yard line, so about a 5-yard pickup. It'll bring up 3rd and about 4.
Yeah, the defense was going for the running back on that.
Let's see. Merle Normans, Regina Hutcherson, Kreiner Furniture, Franklin Clark. Back to live action. Quarterback takes a snap, and a flag comes out. Stops play. I'm afraid that's going to be a procedure penalty against us. And that's what it is. That'll back us up 5. And we were at 3rd and 4. Now we're going to be back at 3rd and 9. Let's see. We're at Thornton's Furniture, Dan Douglas, attorney at law, Ryan and Sandra Whiteside at Langford Realty, Randy Langford at Langford Realty, Studio Design, Melanie Caldwell, Mott's Flower Shop, Bank Tennessee, back to live action, 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. And they're going to hand the ball to the big man, and he is hit right at the line of scrimmage and for basically no gain. And so definitely put the Tigers in a punting situation with 2:40 to go in the 3rd, trailing by 22. The Tigers have to punt the ball away. GG's Coffee Company on the square, Farm Bureau Insurance, Andrew Reagan, Asbury Cove, Stan York Photography, Jeremy Armstrong, attorney at law, and First Citizens Bank. A big thank you from the Ripley Tiger football team, cheerleaders, and coaches. Ripley to the line. And the ball gets away from the punter, and he does get it away, and it hits and takes a good Ripley bounce as it hit about the 50, and it rolls down inside the 35. And they blowing it, and it gets down inside the 30, or the nose of the ball is going to be right on the 30-yard line. So what could have been a disaster back there ends up using his head and being able to get the ball and keep his senses to him and get a nice kick away. And that's something that I know I probably could never do. If you've got 11 people wanting to run at you, it's hard to concentrate on picking the ball up and getting it away. I'd be trying to keep him getting hit.
Yeah, he picked it up at around the, what was that, 5-yard line?
Yeah, about the 5. So he flipped field position all the way down back to the 30-yard line.
And he had a big old boy running after him.
Yeah, he did. So Ripley back on defense as the Trojans come back out on the field for their offense. They'll go straight to the line. They'll send 1 wide to the right, wing to the left, quarterback under center, wingman in motion. Takes the snaps, a toss sweep going to the right side, trying to get the edge. They've got part of it, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds, but not until about an 8-yard pickup. Ball out to the 38-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 2.
He's got too much space out there.
You're exactly right. We're just giving them lanes, and they're picking them out. We've got to shore those edges up. We did a good job of that right before halftime, and hopefully we can get back to that before it's too late in this game with 1:41 on the clock. 2nd and 2. Ball at the 37-yard line. Wide left, man in motion. Hand it to the running back going off the right side. He's got the first downs. He crosses the 50, still stays on his feet to about the 46-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
The defenses, you can tell they're tired.
Yeah, the defense has been out there a lot. And again, we've got a lot of sophomores playing against a lot of seniors. I think that the Tigers have done well this year to make it to the 2nd round of the playoffs. When you've got a total of probably 12 to 13 sophomores starting on both sides of the ball combined. And so the future looks bright. Still got a lot of learning to do and a lot of time in the weight room, but we'll get there. Wide out to the left, wing to the right, he goes in motion, hand it to the running back, right up the gut, and he falls forward for a pickup of around 5, maybe 6. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4. 50 seconds to go in the 3rd.
Yeah, this experience will help him out next year.
They say it was a 5-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 5. Yeah, it'll all come back. I told Coach Stowe after last game, they could have scored another touchdown at the end of the game, and they took a knee. And I told him I appreciate the sportsmanship. I hope we got to repay him one day.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wing right, wide left. Toss sweep coming this way, and he gets part of the edge and a good job of bringing him out of bounds. First one there was Austin Thompson, and to clean it up was Taylor Carney. But it's enough to move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 with 18 seconds on the clock. Not sure we'll get another playoff in this quarter.
Yeah, that should be the last play of the quarter.
Let's see, he got out of bounds. That should stop the clock until he snapped the ball. I didn't really notice whether he got out of bounds or not, but he must have. All right, the ball is 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line of the Tigers for the Trojans, wide right, wing left. And the ball to fullback, right up the middle. And he picks up about 3 yards, maybe 4. And that is going to, or should be, the last play of the first or the third quarter. And both teams are content to let this quarter end. So at the end of 3 here in Dyersburg, the score remains the same as it did at halftime. Dyersburg 22, Ripley 0. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and be back with the 4th and final quarter right after this. We are back for the 4th and final quarter. Dyersburg on top of Ripley 22-0. They have the ball 2nd and 7 from the Tiger 33, wide right, man in motion. And quarterback wants to throw. He's dropped straight back. He's going to be hit from behind as he throws the ball, and it falls incomplete. And he's down on the ground, hasn't gotten up yet. He had a big rush coming from right behind him, and I think that might have been Sammy Smith.
55.
Okay, if it was 55, then that was one of the, I thought it was Sammy Smith just because he got up there. And anyway, that would have been number 2, and 55 for the Tigers. Logan Simpson, the junior. And that's the reason it's always great to have a second set of eyes. But he does get up and leave under his own power, but he'll have to be out for at least a play.
That was a big hit.
Yeah, it was.
And he didn't see, the quarterback didn't see him coming
He
at all.
didn't see him, and the ball just fluttered across. That would have been a great one to pick off. But it does fall incomplete, bringing up 3rd and 7 from the 33-yard line of the Tigers. Dyersburg has the ball, 11:54 to go in the 4th and final quarter here in the second round of the TSSAA playoffs. Got to give a shout-out to Ripley football coaches and staff, as well as the team, for having such a young team and making it to the second round of the playoffs and making it for the 5th year in a row. Dyersburg to the line, wide right, wing left. Play is stopped as Dyersburg's going to take a timeout. So we'll go over the cheerleaders one more time. They do a great job. Appreciate what they do for the Tiger football team. The captains are Kaylin Green and Lee Hutchins. Cheerleaders, the rest of the cheerleaders are Kaylee McNeil, Selena Conrad, Meg Coker, Kaylee Etheridge, Marley Heath, Reese White, Aisha Body, Rhett White, Laney Woodard, Linda Burham, Cheyenne Fitzhugh, Julia Manley, and Kaylee Pittman. The coaches, Ginger Hearn and Bailey Ream. They do a fantastic job. Appreciate what they do. And again, the coaching staff for Ripley Tigers, head football coach is Justin Cruz. I got to mention too that the football team, led by Coach Cruz, they marched or walked in the Veterans Day parade today around the square, and I think that's great for them to be doing that. And so appreciate the leadership that the coaching staff provides. And they are head coach Justin Cruz, assistant coaches Blake Stegall, Aaron Lowry, Jordan Garner, Tim Grapes, Apollo Mukes, Austin Tate, Randy Daly, and DeMarcus Seabury. Dyersburg to the line, 3rd and 7. Wide right, wingman goes in motion. Quarterback under center, takes a snap, and he's wanting to throw, and a flag comes out. And hopefully that will be what you said, a false start or a legal procedure. That'll back them up 5 and get them out of the sticks now. So it will be 3rd and 12.
Yeah, good chance to stop him right here.
Absolutely. You know, if we just get a little momentum going, you know, like we did last week, we can, you know, we scored 2 touchdowns in less than a minute. Well, we scored the 2 touchdowns in less than like 15 seconds, but it was probably 3 or 4 minutes into the second half. 3rd and 12. Dyersburg to the line, wide right, wing left. And they are still looking to throw the same pass. And he's being chased, and he's going to turn it up. And he's tackled by the All-State linebacker for Ripley, Taylor Carney, behind the line. And he's going to drop back to the 41-yard line, so it's going to make it 4th and about 15 for the Trojans.
He had 3 Tigers chasing him that time.
Yeah, Tigers had great pursuit on him that time, and evidently wasn't looking downfield. We must have had pretty good coverage for him to hold the ball that long. But at either rate, they are going for it. And they'll have the ball 4th and 15 at the Tiger 41-yard line. Wide left, wing left. Another man in motion, hand to the running back going right up the gut. We tackle him finally as he does not get the first down. He gets down to the 32-yard line, but the ball will go over on downs. Great job. The Tigers so far in the third quarter, they didn't allow any points and get a turnover early in the fourth. Be a great time for the Tigers to mount a comeback.
You can tell they do not want to punt the ball to the Tigers.
No, they do not want to put it back there in Terrence Hunter's hand or even Barbie, as they know that the Tigers are dangerous. Like I said, they've got a great future. They're just still young and still learning, and a lot of different position swaps this year late in the season, so people are just kind of settling into their positions. Smith will be under center. He'll have wide outs to either side, split backfield. Dyersburg showing blitz. Now they back out of it. And it's going to be a handoff to the big man going right up the gut. He's staying on his feet. He's got the first down. He's still running, and he gets across the 45 out to the 48-yard line, where it'll be a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down.
His own player kind of slowed him down a little bit there.
He's a tough runner.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So he'll take a breather and come out. No, take that back. He is actually going to be out here. Ripley's going to have trips wide to the left. Smith will be under center. And it looked to me like that should be against Dyersburg, but I didn't see Ripley move.
No, he just called offsides.
Okay, so that will get the Tigers a 5-yard penalty, and it'll be 1st and 5 now from the 47-yard line. The Trojan 47, 10:30 to go. Final quarter, Ripley trails 22-0.
Yeah, I like him having.
That could have almost been an unnecessary roughness or a personal foul.
I like it that they got three, spreading them out, getting some folks out of the box there.
Absolutely, we got to move them out, but trips wide to the left. Smith under center, takes the ball, handed to the running back going off the left side. That was number 8, Josh Hearn, for a short pickup, but he gets down to the 45, so about a 2-yard pickup. It'll bring up 2nd down and should be about 3 for Ripley. Yeah, like you mentioned, they've watched a lot of film, and they don't want to put the ball in the air and give Ripley a little, be able to run under it and try to get the ball back, because we do have some dangerous return men. Ripley up to the line, wide to either side. And they hand the ball to Barbie, and he splits a couple of tacklers and gets close to the first down. I think it's going to be 3rd and about 1, maybe 2, depending on the spot. It looks like he's going to have it at the 40, about the 43-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 2. Wide outs to either side. Smith under center. Takes a snap. He hands it to the big man, and it's just everybody was waiting on him. And, of course, it'll be a 4th down situation for Ripley, and obviously they've got to go for it with 9:03 to go in this ball game. He ran hard into the pile. Actually, he loses about a yard. It'll be 4th and 3. He ran hard into the pile. That was just too many bodies there for him to be able to squirm out of it and pick up any yard. So Ripley will go for it.
This is a must get right here.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right.
9 seconds on the play call.
You're going to have to hurry to get this one off. 3, you're going to take a timeout. So Ripley does take a timeout with 8:26 to go in the game, trailing Dyersburg 22-0. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back right after this. Back after the timeout, the situation is Ripley has the ball. It's 4th down and 3 to go at the Trojan 45-yard line. Ripley will have wide outs, 1 to the left, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation, wing left. Smith takes a snap. He's going to run it himself. Going off the right side, he's got the first down as he gets to the 40-yard line, or right at it. That'll be a Farm Bureau Insurance for Ripley Tiger first down.
He was one man away from open field.
Yeah, you know, we've had that happen a lot this year, just like one block or one move, springing the runner loose. And, you know, again, difference between seniors and sophomores, that's about what that amounts to. 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. Low snap. Quarterback picks it up. He's going to throw it into the flat. And I think he trapped that. Well, they say he got it.
It did look.
It did hit the ground.
Yeah, it looked like it hit the ground.
And you can hear the Dyersburg fans, they didn't agree with that. The referee that called it complete was behind the receiver and couldn't tell. And when he called it complete, another referee came in and waved it off. But the Dyersburg fans definitely could see that and let their objections be known. So it backs it to the original line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. The Tigers at the 41-yard line of the Trojans. 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Smith takes a snap, drops straight back. Now he rolls to his right, looking to throw. He's got to get rid of it. Throws it long downfield, and it's going to be picked off. And he's going to just run out of bounds. And you got to throw the ball at this point. You know, you got to do something. And you know, the ball was a little short, and just come down with it again. I know I keep mentioning sophomores, but if you watch the team play, of course, what I encourage people to do is continue to follow them and listen to the difference between this year and next year and then the following year, because we've got a great group of sophomores, and we got some good juniors on the team too, and we got some good players at all levels. But when you predominantly sophomore team playing against a senior laden team, it's hard to compete.
Yeah, but this playoff experience will make them hungry for next year.
Exactly, and you know, 5 years, if you get 2 playoff games every year, you played an extra season.
Right.
Man in motion, wide out to the right. Quarterback's a toss sweep coming this way. And he's going to get out to the 29-yard line. So it's a pickup of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2 with 7:29 to go in the game. Dyersburg will have a 2nd and 2 situation. Ball right on the 29-yard line.
They're still fighting hard though. So.
Yeah, they hadn't quit. That's one of the things the coaches said. He said, of course they don't want to lose. He said, but as long as we're giving the effort, I know we'll get better. Dyersburg with 1 man wide to the left. Everybody else in tight. Quarterback is handed it to the running back going up the gut. He picks up, looks like a yard or 2, and it's enough for the first down, though. Must have been a 2-yard pickup. It'll be 1st and 10. That'll move the sticks with 6:40 to go in this ball game. Dyersburg 22, Ripley 0.
Yeah, you can coach a lot of things, but you can't coach effort.
You're exactly right.
You got
Effort,
some-
speed,
You got them trying.
heart.
Yeah.
And I hear the coaches say all the time, we can put them in the right position, but they got to make the play.
Right.
So wide right for the Trojans. Quarterback under center. Wing right as well. Man in motion. And the ball to running back going right up the middle, and he breaks into the 2nd level and pushes forward for a first down as he gets out to the 45-yard line. That'll move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans at their own 45. I want to give a shout out to Star Physical Therapy also. I see that they help out the Dyersburg team with trainers as well as the Ripley team. Give a shout out to Jessica and all the bunch there in Ripley at Star Physical Therapy. We appreciate what they do for the Tigers. Dyersburg will send 1 wide to the left. Wing to the left. Tall sweep going to the left. He gets a couple of blocks, and he gets to the outer edge, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds. Well, the referee winds his arms. He says, don't stop the clock. We're not in the mercy rule, so he must not have gotten out of bounds, but he did pick up about 8 yards. It'll make it 2nd and 2 with 5:20 to go in this ball game.
That was a good open field tackle though.
So next week, the winner of this game, which looks like it's going to be Dyersburg, will be traveling to Covington to take on the Chargers. Wide right. Quarterback gets the ball going right off the right side, and he stopped. But only, let's see, is there a flag? No, I thought maybe we had recovered the ball, but he gets right at the first down marker, and let's see if they call it a first down. They're saying he is a little short, so it'll bring up 3rd and a yard.
I thought the ball was loose there for a second.
I did too, the way the Ripley players were reacting. It'll bring up 3rd and 1.
4:30 left.
So there will be the winner of the Dyersburg Ripley or the Dyersburg Covington game will host the that's the quarterfinals. We'll host the semifinals, so there will be some good football games in West Tennessee for at least the next couple of weeks, and within a 30-minute drive either way for Ripley. Wide right, quarterback under center, quarterback sneak. He gets the first down as he rolls out past the 40, and it's down at right at the 40-yard line. That'll move the sticks, and they'll just, if they pick up one more first down, that'll be about all they have to do. If we get beat 22-0, we've had a good season, and you know, we're only going to get better from here. So just keep supporting the Ripley Tigers. I always say, win, lose, or draw. These are our kids, and they're the future of Lauderdale County, and you know, we need to support these kids because one of these days we're going to be old and we'll be counting on these young folks. Man in motion, wide right. And it's a toss sweep coming this way. They turn it back in. He breaks a couple of tackles and brought down. A good tackle made by number 55, but not until he picks up about 7. Number 55 is one of the Simpson twins. That's Logan. I always get Logan and Morgan mixed up. One's 55 and one's 57, but those are the Simpson twins. They play guards on offense and they play defensive ends on defense. We're down at the 3-minute mark. So next week, Dyersburg will travel to Covington to take on the Chargers, and then the winner of that game will, I'm not sure who they'll play, but it will be in Covington. As long as Covington continues to win, and that'll be the semifinals. Hand the ball to running back, and he gets tripped up right at the 30-yard line, but it's enough for a first down. That'll move the sticks, and they could just about kneel on the ball 3, maybe 4 times to end this game. But Ripley played a better game this game than they did last game. We beat 35-0 last time, and they actually kneeled on the ball last 3 plays in that game to they might have scored again. So Ripley improved. They didn't improve enough or play well enough to win, but they played well enough to make it a better game. Obviously played better defensively in the second half as they allowed all the points so far in the first half.
Yeah, it's been a shutout the second half.
Wide left, wing left, toss sweep going to the far side. He about got the edge, and Sammy Smith, the quarterback, comes in and makes a tackle as a flag comes out at the same time. Out where it came in, you would think it would be a hold.
There was.
Yeah. And again, Stephen, I appreciate you being with us tonight. I was hoping we would win tonight, and you'd go with me to Covington next week. But this looks like this is going to be the final game of the season for the Ripley Tigers. It's been a fun year, ups and downs, and you can expect that with a bunch of sophomores. But it's still been a fun year, and we're still playing in November. Anytime you're still playing in November, there was only 16 teams left before tonight. Of course, after tonight, there's only 8, so we're definitely in the top 16.
Right.
So you know that's something pretty good for a heavy sophomore team.
And they can build off this shutout here in the second half. So.
Absolutely, that's the way they carry that positive note into the second. Here's a toss sweep coming this way, and the Tiger, he got the edge, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the inside the 30. Not sure where they're going to spot it. Looks like about the 24. Well, again, I appreciate you being with us tonight, Stephen. Gives me a chance to take a breath and take a drink of something every once in a while to keep my throat from completely getting dry on me. Well, they're not in the victory formation yet. It's 1 minute and 43 seconds left in the game. They're going to hand the ball to the running back going up the gut, Austin Thompson and Carney Taylor on the tackle. That's enough for a first down. I don't know why the clock's not running. Now it's running, but should be a few more seconds ran off it. I'd like to see Dyersburg take a knee here and go into the victory formation. Hopefully that'll be the case. Well, Dyersburg will advance to the quarterfinals and travel to Covington to take on the Chargers next Friday night in Covington.
I think Covington's already beat Dyersburg, right?
Yes, they did. 2 wide left. Still no victory formation. The quarterback hands it to the running back going up the middle, and he stays on his feet and goes into the end zone. The Tigers give up a late touchdown with 59 seconds on the clock. It looked like we had him stopped in the backfield, And I think we had his jersey, but we just couldn't quite bring him down. And so the Trojans, we gave up a touchdown, late touchdown in the first half in the game before, and now the Tigers give up a late touchdown. I like to see sportsmanship. I'd like to have seen them get into the victory formation and just down the ball. But if nothing else, they ought to kick the ball to us one time and kick it back to one of our guys and at least give us a chance to run it back, because they have avoided that all night. Here's the point after. It's up and good. So the score 29 to nothing. How did it get to be 29?
It was 22.
That's right. Yeah.
22.
Yeah, they went for a two-point conversion.
Because of a penalty, yeah.
So that is, like I said, like you had mentioned earlier, they're not punting the ball to us. They're not kicking it back to our deep backs, because we ran almost all the way back on them last time. And don't blame them for doing that, but if they're not going to take a knee and go into the victory formation that late in the game, they ought to at least give us an opportunity to run it back. Especially, put Terrence Hunter back there, the only one that's a senior.
Right.
Just let him see what they can do. Everybody else block for him.
Yeah,
Of course, I know they want to maintain their shutout.
Right. Anytime you go for it on 4th and 15 and run up the middle, you just don't want to punt.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to mention you've got a daughter that's she's in the band at Halls High School.
Right. She plays clarinet. They had state last week, and they did well.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing that they did well, so congratulations to them. And we look forward. Of course, Halls had a huge turnaround in their football program this year and did a great job making it to the first round of the playoffs. I think it was the first time in 10 years. So Coach Curtis doing a good job, got that program turned around. So both Lauderdale County teams are improving and just getting better every year.
And they've got a young defense as well.
Here's the kick, and they do kick this one high. They don't kick it long. It hits the ground and bounces, and they're going to hand it to Terrence Hunter. And he starts across the 20. He breaks the 25. He gets to 30. He's across the 40. He's across the 45 and about to the 47-yard line. And you notice the other return man actually caught it and gave it to Terrence. And to me, that's a class act thing to do. He's a senior, and he deserved to get an opportunity at that run. And he didn't like much being able to break it.
Yeah, you could tell I wouldn't want to punt to him either.
Yeah, I know the coaches are working, trying to get him, get some colleges looking at him. He's not very big, but he is quick as lightning. And I think there are some schools, maybe Bethel or Martin or some schools around here are looking at him. All right, it's 46 seconds left to go in the game. Ripley has the ball 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. They hand the ball to Big O going up the middle.
There it goes.
And he breaks a couple of tackles. And he's got a blocker in front of him. That's Terrence Hunter. He goes down the far sideline, and he is going to be stepped out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Longest run on the night for the Tigers, and that's a Farm Bureau insurance for Ripley. Tiger first down. 35 seconds left on the clock. They got a late touchdown. We ought to be able to get one, too.
Yeah, he got a lot of yards after the contact on that.
Yeah, he did. If we just ever get him in space, you can tell his athleticism by he jumps over people, and he can outrun people, and he can definitely run over folks. All right, it must be first and goal from the 9. 2 wide left. Tigers really want to put some points up. And this time they hand it to Barbie going up the middle. He's still on his feet. Ripley pushing the pile. Keep pushing. Push it all the way to the end zone.
Touchdown.
It's a touchdown. So that is a Bank, Tennessee, Ripley High School Tiger touchdown with 22 seconds left to go in the game. Ripley gets the goose egg knocked off to make the score 29-6. That's a moral victory for the Tigers.
That's a moral victory right there.
And like you said, this is something to build on the second half of this game, because the second half, if we hit this extra point, the score is 7-7. We just gave up 22 points in the first half.
Right.
So Hendricks will be attempting the PAT for the Tigers with 22 seconds left on the clock. The high snap, he gets it up and puts it through. So with 22 seconds left to go in the game, the score is 29-7. The Trojans over the Tigers, but again, a great victory, moral victory for the Tigers to be able to start off with a good return by Hunter, and then a big run by Pitts, and then went into the end zone. I think that was Barbie on the touchdown. So congratulations. As a matter of fact, it's 35-0 Covington over Millington. What I was going to do.
That last sequence, it kind of feels like if they would have punted to him all game, then it would have.
Yeah, could have been a different outfit. That was a great series there by Ripley. So Ripley will kick the ball off one more time. Congratulations to the seniors on the Ripley football team. These seniors, 2 years ago, they went to the quarterfinals. 4 years ago, they went to the second round. 3 years ago, they went to the quarterfinals. Last year, they went to the second round, and this year they went to the second round. So congratulations to all these seniors. They have really been a big part of building this program, and Ripley will do an onside kick, and Dyersburg's going to get on it. Didn't go quite travel 10 yards anyway. No clock. Well, I didn't think any time was supposed to go off the clock, but it does. We're down to 20 seconds. So Dyersburg should be putting should be going into the victory formation with only 20 seconds left. So Dyersburg will travel to Covington next week to take on the Chargers, as the Chargers defeated Millington by the score of 35-0. Again, congratulations to the seniors on the football team, as well as the coaching staff. As folks may or may not remember, when Coach Cruz got here, I think we had won 1 or 2 games in 2 years, and obviously didn't make it to the playoffs for quite a while. And quarterback's going down the ball from the victory formation. So Coach Cruz and his staff have done a fantastic job. Appreciate everything they do. They work hard to try to build character in these young men, and they've been successful at that. A great group of young men. At any rate, that is going to not only do it for this game, the final score is going to be 29-7, the Dyersburg Trojans over the Ripley Tigers. And again, from the onset of this game, Ripley just couldn't get a constant drive going. They couldn't sustain the drive, and that's pretty much the difference in the game.
Yeah, but they never gave up. So.
Yeah, they kept working,
kept
and so,
playing.
as long as you do that, you've got a chance and you'll get better. Well, again, that's going to do it for not only this game, but this season. The final here from Dyersburg is Dyersburg 29, Ripley 7. So until next year, we'll see you back in August. This is Mike White with Stephen Dotson, Devo, and we again appreciate him being here tonight.
Good to be here.
And again, that's going to do it. Good night, and God bless.